Buenos dias, everyone. Welcome to La Hora del Cafecito, a program dedicated to all those in our community who are living with autism, to all their family members, and to all those who support them. My name is Lourdes Quinones, and I would like to welcome you to our Cafecito table. We're back in our table, huh? So please sign in and let us know if you are drinking coffee with us this morning. We'd love to say hello to you. Good morning. In today's program, we're proud to welcome and interview Natalie Alvarez, a representative from the organization Disability Rights Florida, who will be sharing important information about their program and services, so you can't miss it. So come on in. Bueno, buenos dias and welcome, Natalie.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Awesome. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce you to our Cafecito hostesses. As I said before, my name is Lourdes Quinones. I am a card consultant assigned to the primary age group. Professionally, I am a pediatric physical therapist as well as a special education teacher. Jasmine Castellanos is an excellent professional in the field of mental health, is a card consultant assigned to the middle and high school age groups, and is a mother of three, one of whom is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Welcome, Jasmine.
Good. Thank you, Lourdes.
Olivia McDonald is an excellent professional in the field of public health. She is a card consultant assigned to the primary age group, just like me, and is the mother of a beautiful infant baby boy. Olivia has a younger brother diagnosed with autism. Welcome, Olivia.
Good morning. Thank you.
Mike Aldana is an excellent special education teacher. She is the chair at the CARD Constituency Board and is the mother of three children, one of whom is diagnosed with autism. Welcome.
Good morning, Lourdes.
I think I said one. It's two, actually. Ima Camposano is completing her master's in social work and has chosen to do her internship at CARD, and she is committed to serving those living with autism in her community. Ima is a mother of two and has a physical disability, so she brings an important perspective to our program. Welcome, Ima.
Good morning. Thank you.
Before we continue, let us review the rules by which we want to adhere throughout this programming in order to maintain a safe environment for all of us. We ask that you please keep an open mind, a positive attitude, and use respectful language. Bueno, before we get started, Jasmine, do we have audience members that we want to say hello to?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, perfect. As you come in, be sure to sign in so we can say hello as we go throughout the program. As I said previously, in today's program, we're proud to welcome Natalie Alvarez, a representative from the organization Disability Rights Florida, who will be sharing important information about the program and services. So you can't miss it. Join us. Well, let's get started. Natalie, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're muted.
Good call. Sorry. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Natalie Alvarez. I'm a senior advocate investigator with Disability Rights Florida. I graduated from Florida State University, Golden Knolls, with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology. Although I have no personal experience with autism spectrum disorder through a family member or close friend, I have been advocating on behalf of children with autism and other related disabilities for the past 8 years. Primarily to ensure that they receive appropriate educational and behavioral support and services at schools so that they are given access to their right under federal and state laws to a free, appropriate public education, or as a wonderful acronym, we know it as FAPE.
Yes. Everybody knows about FAPE if you're in disability world.
Yeah.
And Natalie, what is Disability Rights of Florida?
Disability Rights Florida, we were founded in 1977 as the state's designated protection and advocacy agency. In short, it's considered a P&A system for people with disabilities in the state of Florida. The P&A system exists to ensure the safety, well-being, and success of people with disabilities. The P&A demands access and accountability in the following areas: healthcare, education, transportation, voting, housing, employment, and within the criminal justice system. Our history, it all started with a series of television broadcasts with Willowbrook institutions in New York. The broadcast exposed the horrible treatment of people with disabilities to the nation. New York Senator Jacob Javits took action and introduced legislation that led to the creation of the protection and defense system. In 1977, Governor Askew established the Governor's Commission of Defense, and he worked to protect and advocate for the rights of people with disabilities. This commission later became the nonprofit known for named as Advocacy Center for Persons with Disabilities. And then finally in 2010, the organization name became Disability Rights Florida. So we have had since the name change, and we now go by Disability Rights Florida. Our primary mission is that Disability Rights Florida is going to advocate, educate, and investigate and litigate to promote and protect the rights of dignity, equal opportunity, self-determination, and options for all people with disabilities in the state.
That's amazing. I wanted to ask, what types of services do you guys offer?
Well, for one, Disability Rights Florida is a nonprofit organization, and we provide legal advocacy and protection of rights for adults and children with a wide range of disabilities. Our attorneys and advocates and investigators address civil rights violations, abuse and neglect, and discrimination. And some of the more common areas that we address are barriers to a free, appropriate public education or FAPE in the K-12 education system, transition services, postsecondary education as well. Also, abuse and neglect and violations of rights in an institution or prison or jail, discrimination in employment, as well as access, maintenance, or recovery of employment and vocational rehabilitation, and access to mental health services and supports that provide individualized treatment, including adults and students with psychiatric disabilities. Now, that is a very condensed list of everything that we do. So for a complete and comprehensive list of all the services we offer, we would encourage you to visit our website.
Yes.
Good
Meg.
morning, Natalie. What can you tell us about Disability Rights States Initiative?
So our state initiatives are to educate policymakers about the needs of people with disabilities in our state, systemic and legal defense, collaborative work on issues of rights of people with disabilities, monitoring of public programs and facilities, and workshops and trainings.
Awesome.
Natalie, as a person with a disability myself and someone who is pursuing social work, I'm really interested to know if disability rights is involved in advocating for legislative change, and if so, what are some of your legislative priorities?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. Legislative and policy education is one of the authorized protection advocacy tools used by Disability Rights Florida. And each year during the state legislative session, our organization closely monitors, reviews, and analyzes and seeks to provide information to legislators and the public through a wide range of bills that affect the interests, rights, and opportunities of Floridians with different types of disabilities. There are several priorities that Disability Rights Florida focuses on and did focus on during the 2021 legislative session, and a complete list can be found on our website. But a few to mention that I can share with you today is ensure the meaningful provision and rules and definitions governing the use of restraint and seclusion for students with disabilities in public schools. Also, the increased safeguards and protections to reduce involuntary school-initiated commitment to mental health treatment facilities, also known as a Baker Act in Florida. We know that that is something that has been in the forefront for quite some time now, with school-age children being Baker Acted from schools, and also coding the supported decision-making as a less restrictive alternative to guardianship. So that is something also that we have definitely taken a lot of interest in to give some of the adults in our state who are of age of majority, who aren't under guardianship, an alternative to that.
Yes. And everybody recently, if you weren't aware of so much of the guardianship, now with the Britney Spears case, it's become more of the forefront and the talk of the town kind of thing, so people could relate. Oh, that. So I'm so glad to hear that you guys advocate and protect the rights of people with disabilities regarding that particular case.
So Natalie, we are in August already. So what progress has disability rights been able to accomplish this year towards meeting the goals of that you just described it?
Yeah, so one of the initiatives we were able to move towards this year, and I think it's a success, was the House Bill 149. And this bill specifically was for students with disabilities in public schools. And the law provides standards and definitions to prohibition that governs the use of restraints on students with disabilities in public schools, while also prohibiting the use of seclusion. So this created the public school classroom video camera pilot program that will start in Broward County Public School District.
Wow.
Yeah, and our website, you can also find a list, a more comprehensive list of all of the 2021 Florida legislative results that our agency focused on, because that's where we have all of the initiatives that we did during this legislative session.
And I know the camera situation has been an issue that parents have been pushing for, to kind of keep those, the school systems more accountable and more forthcoming about what really is going on in the classroom. So thank you.
Yeah. And how can people with disabilities access your services?
Yeah, so our services actually are free, and they're available to anyone who's in the state of Florida who has a disability and needs assistance with a disability-related rights violation. So we don't have any age limits or any income or immigration status requirements. And to request our assistance, you can simply contact our agency by contacting our intake department, or you can complete an online intake on our website.
Thank you, Natalie, for all this great information. And on the services, that brings a question to mind. Is there a limit on the services that one person with disabilities can access during a year or during their lifetime?
Actually, no, we don't have a limit on the services that a person with a disability can access within a year or in their lifetime. Once, we do everything case by case. So once a case is assigned and there's a violation and we remedy that violation and they are now being provided with the necessary supports or that their rights are no longer being violated, that case is then closed. However, that does not prevent that if they were to encounter something in the future with another rights violation, they're always free to call us back.
And I think this is very important for people to realize that your services are available to them free of charge. So if cost, getting a lawyer, everybody thinks, I can't do anything about this. I don't have money to pay for a lawyer. This is an option that, that it's really freely available to you. So please be sure to take advantage of this resources that are available and that Jasmine has probably already put the link to on our comment section. Okay, so be sure to access that.
Natalie, given your experience, what tips would you give families of people with disabilities who are listening to us?
Well, as I previously mentioned, I work primarily with families regarding education-related cases. So if you're a parent or a legal guardian of a student with a disability who attends a public school, it's recommended that you keep records of all IEPs and 504 plans of your students, make all of your requests and put all of your concerns in writing, and know the rights and the needs of your student. You're the parent, so you know them very well. If you have tried to advocate for your student, believe that the district is violating, their rights to a free and appropriate public education, or they're not being collaborative or responsive to your intent, the intent to try to work with them, then please contact us as soon as possible. If you're also interested in obtaining information related to educational rights of your students, such as the IEP process or the 504 process, please refer to the disability issues related topics on our website under special education. You can access all that information with the link that's been provided.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought those points, because that was actually with my mom, with my younger brother, with all his IEP meetings. Like, that's how I knew, like, oh, she's getting ready for an IEP meeting, because it would be like that thick binder would be coming out, and she'd be getting all her notes and everything squared away, ready to go in and advocate.
Oh,
for them.
yes. The prep is real. The prep work is real.
I've heard other lawyers saying that, after an IEP, follow up with the teacher in writing as a thank you, because you catch more bees with honey, as a thank you note to the team, the IEP team, that these things were mentioned, and that serves as further documentation of what was agreed upon in the IEP, and also gives them kind of a warning saying, oh, this is already written somewhere else besides the IEP, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And sometimes both parties are not very far from each other. It's just a matter of learning how to communicate, knowing the
exactly.
terms, and really understanding that it's really a team effort, and just really being collaborative. I find that is also very helpful.
Yeah. So again, being on a friendly basis before things happen, just be sure that everybody's on the same page. Communication is the key for everything, right?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
I mean, if you're a person with a disability yourself, or a parent, a legal guardian of someone who has a disability, or someone with a disability and you believe that their rights or your rights are being violated, please don't hesitate to contact our agency. Please share our information. We do want to get into as many homes as possible that need us. We are a free service, so please use us if need be. We have an intake department who is an excellent group of professionals who is willing to speak with you to see if there's anything we can offer. We encourage you to also visit our website to access information on various disability-related topics that can be useful as a resource for individuals and families, with the contact information we've provided.
That is excellent. Yes. Again, and don't let the lack of funds be a deterrent to reach out to them. Okay. So wonderful. So we're almost at the end of the show, but just want to make sure that we don't have any comments or someone that we have to say hello to before we move on.
We don't have comments, Lourdes. I know we have viewers that are watching us now, but I can access their name. Oh, we have Chris. Chris, he's saying hi, and he just saying thank you for all that you guys are doing. So
Oh,
thank
thank
you
you so much, Chris.
for being with us today.
We appreciate it. Okay, so before we move on, I wanted to thank you, Natalie, for being here with us this morning. Thank you for bringing such important information to our audience, and above all, for bringing hope, to know for the families to know that they're not alone, that there is an agency out there, Disability Rights Florida, who has their back. So thank you for all the wonderful work that you do and that you continue to do to defend the rights of those living with disabilities. So a big bravo and thank you to you guys.
Yes, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. And it's, we want to share this information. Don't let a free service go to waste, right?
Okay. We have someone else to say hi to, I see.
Yeah, we have Katrina Williams. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Ms. Williams, for being with us today. Really appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. We want to let you know that we're going to be on every Friday showing this type of information. So we want to let you know that next week's topic, we're going to be addressing the need and the importance of having guardian advocacy in place for your adults with disabilities, your loved ones with disabilities, especially now that we are doing COVID-19, that we know that throughout the nation, hospitals are limiting the access to the hospital of the loved ones for people who are going in for care for health and safety reasons, right? So rightfully so. So this is a time to really, if you don't already have the measures in place to be sure that you can advocate for your loved one, with adult with disability, in this case autism, make sure that you watch us next week. We're going to be sharing some information for you and where to get more information about it so you can get one of them and more support for your loved one with disability. Okay? So anyway, before we go, I want to ask you for a small favor. Is if you could please click on the survey link that we're going to put on the comments section to let us know how we're doing. If this is type of information that you like to receive, how we did, was it something that it was easy to consume at your end, and how we're doing? Do you want more programming like this? So just let us know. This is the way we can justify the time that it takes us to create such programming, as well as to be here in the air with you. So please, we thank you for doing that. We love it. Okay. All right. This brings us to the end of the show. So please be sure to give us a like, share our page, cardusf with those of you that have members, family members, or friends who you know could use the information that we provide through CARD. Compay. We have somebody else to say hi to. Hi, Compay.
Wepa, Victor.
Hi, Victor. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, so we'd love to see you next week. Okay, so thanks again, everyone. Be sure to leave us your questions and comments if you get to watch this after we're off the air. We'll get back to you also. All right, so thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Guys.
Bye.